One of the main draws of any hunting game is getting and crafting better gear, or just getting gear that tickles your fancy in terms of its appearance. Well, in Wild Hearts, the system is slightly different than other hunting games, as there's a mechanic that allows you to actually unlock additional benefits and ways to craft things smartly to get the most bang out of your buck. So in today's video, we're going to go over everything you need to know about the gear system so you can make more of an informed decision when crafting what's best for you. So if you enjoy these helpful guides from us, make sure to click like down below to show support, because it really does help, and subscribe so you don't miss out because we have plenty of great things coming your way soon. So the core of the armor system is quite similar to every other hunting game, whereby each armor piece is split into different slots and each piece has different attributes such as defense and usually some skills. The skills are normally what we build these sets for, as these can give you additional gameplay perks such as extra damage. In Wild Hearts, for example, there are a number of skills that give you damage boosting effects, but the most notable one is probably the Savage skill. But this is where Wild Hearts then diverges from the traditional system, as it allows players more freedom to tailor their sets to their needs via the Kemono path or the human path system. The gist of the system is that the armor sets within the game can be more aligned to the human path in the lore, or another that may be more aligned to the Kemono path. On top of this, all three versions of each armor set, standard, human, and Kemono, look different than each other, and sometimes they have particular skills that need a certain level of the human path or Kemono path points, and without reaching that threshold, those skills will be locked. An extra layer of depth on top of this is that you can actually mix and match pieces of armor, as individual path points are displayed in the forge when you go to craft them. The path gauge is actually split into 5 different sections, 2 for human, 1 for unaligned in the middle, and 2 for Kemono. So it's up to you how far you want to commit on a particular side to get the skills that you want. To craft the Kemono path and the human path gear, it's quite simple. Simply select the base armor that you want and then tab over to either one. One thing you will see is that in order to craft these armor pieces, you will need to first craft the standard unaligned version of the armor, and then to upgrade it on either of these paths, you'll need some additional crafting materials. It's a relatively easy system once you understand it, but when you first see it, it does look a little daunting. So now you have a choice to make. Do you want to go down the Kemono path or the hunter path? The skills on each one do vary quite a lot. Personally, I'm leaning quite towards the human path myself. There's generally lots of synergies with the human focused skills like building karakuri or using your hunter's arm when you jump on a monster, and that quite suits my playstyle. Building armor is just one part of the gear crafting system though. The weapon crafting system also has some tricks up its sleeve with its inheritance system. The inheritance system actually allows you to move skills from your previously crafted weapons lower in the weapon tree, and then take them to the new weapons that you're crafting further down. Due to there being many different paths that you can take your weapon through the upgrade tree, it means you can actually tailor the additional inherited skills to your liking by choosing skills that you prefer when upgrading your weapon or playstyle. One tip that you should be aware of is that even if you're making a mistake when upgrading your weapon, you can actually refund the weapon and revert it back to a lower tier in the tree, and you'll get all the materials that you previously used so you can give it another go. This is good because when you're progressing in the game, you may want to change the route that you're going down based on a new weapon that you may have more recently unlocked on the tree, or you simply may need a different element weapon in a tough fight. From what we can see, you can actually stack together particular skills on weapons, so if you really want to juice up your favorite skill, you can do that by taking additional stacks of it and inheriting them together. Once you have both your armor set and weapon made, you will want to see what skills and stat bonuses you have, and you can do this quite easily in the character menu under the equipment info screen, and it will tell you how much attack, defense, how far aligned you are with each path, and the skills that you currently have active, plus their percentages. So you definitely need to take the time to look at this screen after building out your set to get the best possible results for you. In your gear, you will also have access to talismans. These are essentially the game's decorations or charms if you're a Monster Hunter player. They give you a variety of smaller bonuses, so you can further perfect your build the way you want it. You'll get these at the end of hunts, and they do seem to be relatively random drops. But do make sure that you're using the Hunter's Arm skill on the glowing spots of Kemono, as this will actually increase the quality of the rewarded talismans at the end of the hunt. So now you should have an understanding of the gear system and how it works, as well as the weapon system and inheriting skills. But you may be wondering, how do you know where to find the materials that you need to craft the items that you want? Well, there are 2 things that we've learnt in our time playing that will make things so much easier for you. The encyclopedia will have information about sources of particular items that you may want or need, such as breaking Kemono parts, so make sure to check that out, just like you would in the notes in Monster Hunter. The game is also split into different chapters, which are selectable from the main map menu, and the different chapters will yield different versions of the materials. So we hope that was super helpful, and if it was, make sure to share to a friend and click like down below to show support. Put in the comments if you have any other tips or tricks about the gear and weapon system, and the 2 videos on screen now we think you'll really enjoy if you did enjoy this one. Of course, don't click them if you don't want to, but if you found this one interesting or helpful, you're probably going to like these too. And then tell us what you think after watching in the comments down below.